Hey, it's another installment of our Craft a Cache series where every month we try to make a creative build based off of the suggestions from Geocaching HQ. The theme for March is plants and mushrooms. As always, we'll highlight some geocaches that we have found that hopefully fit this theme, and we're going to attempt to build our own mushroom-inspired geocache. So if you want to find out if we did pretty well or if we failed horribly, stick to the end to find out. If you are new to the channel, my name is Carlo. This is the third video in a year-long monthly series. So if you haven't seen the first two installments, you can check those out after this video. We'll link those in the description. As I mentioned, the theme for the month of March, as suggested by Geocaching HQ, is plants and mushrooms. And it all makes sense. It is an easy way to disguise your cache containers, to camouflage and blend nicely into the natural world. Here are some examples of some of the plant-inspired geocaches that we have found. We probably won't spend too much time on these ones because that borders the territory of sneaky camouflage. And sneaky camouflage is actually the September theme. I think today we're going to focus on the mushroom side of plants and mushrooms. Okay, so a quick image search reveals a lot of creative mushroom geocaches out there. There's even a user on instructatbles.com named Dorko that has a full tutorial on how to make your own mushroom geocache using a bison tube, some polyform clay, and some paint, and a few other materials. Now, if you don't have the time or creative energy to make your own mushroom geocache out of these materials, you can just buy a 3D printed toadstool mushroom geocache straight from the geocaching shop. And it's only like 10 bucks. Yeah, it's actually kind of tempting to just buy one. But no, we actually need to craft something. And of course, I want to try something a little bit different. We're going to go for like a polyspore type fungi. You know, the kind that grows on the side of trees? So, our geocache. Okay, here's the plan. We got to get ourselves a log or like a thick branch. We're going to drill a hole in that piece of wood where we can hide a bison tube. It's going to be camouflaged by a fake polyspore fungi, which we are going to fashion out of polymer clay. So it's a pretty simple design. Hopefully it'll just blend into its natural environment. So I presented my idea to the kids, and you know what they said? They said, why don't you make a Super Mario mushroom and a fire flower plant? And you know what I said to them? Oh, you're just gonna ignore my idea and come up with something completely different? Well, yeah, because those are actually both good ideas. So here's the second plan. We're going to craft one pixelated Super Mario mushroom and one pixelated fire flower plant. We'll have two separate pieces of wood, two logs, that we're going to drill holes for bison tubes that are going to be attached to the mushroom and the plant. And the mushroom and the plant will just sit above the logs, looking cute. It fits into the plants and mushroom theme really well, so I think we're just gonna have to do it. Okay, so that means there'll be 3 geocaches that we have to craft. We've got some work to do. We are at Capilano Regional Park, and there are a bunch of geocaches here, but we're after one specifically because it's called Magic Mushrooms. Let's go find it. Well, now we know why it's called Magic Mushroom. We got this sitting area in a shape, kind of like you're sitting under a giant mushroom cap. All right, the cache is around here somewhere. Let's go find it. Okay, so we have what we need. We have a piece of a thick branch, we have our bison tube, polymer clay, and some clay carving tools. All right, that is our piece of branch, our piece of wood there. Our bison tube is gonna hide inside of this. So we're gonna start by drilling. Okay, we're getting there. There you have it. So there's the hole, and the bison tube can just fit nice and snug right in there. Okay, so the next stage of this is to make our mushroom kind of wrap around here. So we're gonna have it wrap around the log. Look like it's kind of growing out of that, and that will cover up the rest of the bison tube there.
This requires lots of focus.
So for these two geocaches, we have these blocks of wood here. So we're gonna drill the holes through here to hide our bison tubes, and we'll have our fire flower sitting on that one, and our mushroom just kind of sitting on the log like that. So when they pull that out, they'll be able to access the bison tube. We're back. It is a new day. So by the time we finished baking and then we let it cool down, it was getting late. And so I just kind of wanted to do the next phase on a separate occasion, which brings us to today. We have some of our pieces of fungi here, all nice and dry. And I put little toothpicks, so those will give a little bit of support once we put it into our log. Check that out, nice and tough. But when you turn that around, there is the bison tube, and that is nice and snug. And that will go into our log right there. And as for our little pixel pieces here, we have our mushroom and our fire flower, and I think these turned out really well. Next step for these guys is to drill a little hole right here so that we can attach our bison tubes. So before we do that, it's time to paint. Those are looking pretty good, and I'm gonna let them dry. And the next step is finishing off these little pixel buddies that we got here. There you go. Look at that. And that. Well, I think those ones turned out really well. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Meanwhile, we have this geocache to finish off. I'm just going to add some construction glue on some of these pieces so that they stay firmly in place. This next geocache is one that inspired us to make our own.
28 meters, let's go.
It's called So Much Room in My Heart for You, and it was featured on the Geocaching blog.
So cool, look at that.
I think these turned out pretty good. I'm actually really satisfied with how these turned out. Some realistic mushrooms and some pixelated fun mushroom there and a fire flower. Let us know, and let us know, would you be able to find a cache like this out in the wild? All right, if you are enjoying this series, let us know by giving us a like on this video, and don't forget to catch the next episode. It is all about colors. So we're going to try to find some colorful geocaches or color-themed geocaches, and you don't want to miss the one that we have planned. I'll give you a little hint right now about what we're thinking for our color-themed geocaches.
Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
Okay, that's it. That's all you get. See you next episode.